back with your keys to longevity. And while you typically see me exercising along our next guest, today she's weighing in on her keys to longevity. Joining me now is active aging fitness instructor June Kittay. It is so great to see you.
I know. Thank you so much for having me back. And this is the first time we're actually sitting down and not moving around.
Yeah, not like line dancing. And actually, June is behind the entire 1 hour show. You told me you did a big speech on this, and you talked to people about the keys to longevity. So I'm like, let's dedicate a show to it.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, you know, it's funny because when I watch all the different TV shows, they talk about keys to longevity, and they talk about eat real food, go outside and play, hang around with the right people in the right places, say your prayers, get plenty of sleep. That is so old news. It's like I was doing that in 2006, and they're thinking that this is new. It's not. You know, you can't fool Mother Nature. This is all things that you have to do.
Yeah. So it's not. Is there anything new that we can add to the next dimension of this, or we just really need to stick to these principles?
Well, as a matter of fact, you know, one of my quotes is, before psychiatrists, psychologists, the internet, and antidepressants, there were faith, family, friends, music, and movement. And this is what life is all about. And, you know, they're trying to give you pills and everything. And I know, you know, some people, you know, they need them because they're massively obese. But in reality, you've got to take care of you, and only you can do it. And so, you know, all these things that they're trying to sell you, no, it comes down to lifestyle and, you know, just doing the basics. Can't fool Mother Nature.
Yeah, and to your point, there's no real magic bullet. I mean, yes, to your point, this new class of weight loss drugs is going to help millions of Americans, and many people have gained the weight because they're trusting in a system that's got chemicals in the food and dyes in the food. So we kind of have to roll back the hands of time and go back to Mother Nature, like you said, and eat those real foods. And I think, you know, as we age, many of us are looking for our purpose in life, which is also critically important.
Oh, definitely, definitely. You have to have a reason to get up in the morning, you know. So, why are you getting up? A lot of people have animals, and that's wonderful, having pets, but from the beginning of time, you needed human connection. We ourselves are animals, even though people don't want to admit that. But since the beginning of time, we traveled in groups, and we were meant to travel in groups, and our body was meant for movement. So you have to think about where, you know, since the beginning of time, that's what we have to do. So,
and one thing that you and I were talking about in the green room, because I ran into June and we stopped and talked for like 5-10 minutes. And I always like to put my disclaimer out there. Wherever you choose to find your community, find it. For you and I, we have the common denominator that we find our community through our faith and through our belief system, which has really taken both of us through some pretty dark days.
Right, right. You should find a community that promotes love and community. And as I was saying, I go to 3 churches every Sunday, and you had one of the ministers here not too long ago. If it wasn't for that church, I don't think I'd be here today. It was 25 years ago I was there. They got me through my divorce. They helped me raise my child. I found so many of my dear friends there, and I still go to that church. But when I'm in Hawaii, for example, I go to a Buddhist temple. My son lives in Hawaii. You know, I go to the synagogue. I go to non-denominational churches. But, you know, it's so important to find a community that promotes love and community, and find your purpose in life. You've got to have a purpose in life.
Yeah, it's so important. And it is interesting because you know, Reverend LaRosa, who is with the Portico and Hyde Park United Methodist, that church was there for me when I lost my mom after losing my dad. And they were there for me every step of the way. It's amazing how you find people that stick with you through the hard times over and above your family and friends, but just people that want to be there to help, which is so critically important. So I love what you're saying. We only have 30 seconds left, June, but you're your keys to longevity, I think really resonate, and it doesn't take a rocket science to live life this way.
Yes, yes. Find somebody to love, find something to do that you love to do, and just
keep moving.
Keep moving.
Keep moving. This is the
Yes.
poster child. This is
Yes.
who I aspire to be.
Keep moving.
We're going to share June Kittay's wisdom on BloomTampaBay.com.